Meet PAT. PAT stands for Public Accountability Team.
Woking, which is a very small authority, but it has an annual budget of £16 million, but it owes £1.2 billion. And they've set up a number of companies. My favourite one is one which was set up to increase the number of guest houses in Woking. I'm not quite sure how that was going to make them a lot of money. But again, they bought lots of things, and now it's borrowed by the Public Works Loan Board, and then they just can't afford to repay. So there's a lot of common features to those, which Steph is going to talk about now.
So moving on to the
£1.2 billion.
Yep, off a budget of 16 million, which is an implied leverage of 75 times.
Okay, so that if you are going to put that in parlance of the common man, that means that if you've got 160,000 annual salary, which is very common, okay, you can get a 12 million pound property on a mortgage. I mean, it's just it's wonderful.
On the people's mortgage.
Yeah.
Let's not forget that. I know the guy makes the comment very right. You know, this is our debt that these councils are going through. I mean, it's incredible. I think the thing to be, I mean, 15 wholly owned companies, 8 JVs. I mean, these are very, very busy people. You know.
Yeah.
And the issue here is they're not alone. They're not the only council out there doing this. They're not like a sore thumb of misbehaviour and malpractice. They're representing something that's going on in all the councils to a greater or lesser extent. The only difference is these guys have had the stupidity to get found out. Yeah.
Just to put this in context for people that are watching this, this is a video that I found over the weekend, and it's Essex County Council and their presentation to the county council on how bad some of the councils are in terms of, well, you just heard how bad Woking is. £1.2 billion in debt. But if you listen to what he said his favourite one was the guest houses. Is that what I heard him say? His favourite part of this is the guest houses.
Yeah.
Can someone explain that?
The council have obviously decided that guest houses is the way of the future, and that they've gone hard and they've gone early. Unfortunately, it appears that they've also gone off the tracks. And I mean, how is it that these things are being allowed to occur?
Absolutely.
And therein lies the right question that we need to be doing to all our councils. We need to be understanding, because they've got obligations to transparency. They're all very quick to put their hands up to say how transparent they are. Okay. Well, we want to understand for all of the councils, quite how many fingers in quite how many of the pies are you putting your public?
Yeah.
It seems to me, from that one example alone, and we know there are a lot of others,
pretty much
out of control.
I'm not going to ask you, Hugh, what your first thought and phrase was, right? I'm not going to ask you to repeat that, right? But putting that to one side, you know, from your experience being, you know, in a financial, you know, environment for many years, accountancy, what do you make of this?
Oh, it's very easy. You know, sustainability is the word.
Yeah.
Okay. This is unsustainable.
It's mental, isn't it? It's absolutely.
It's just unbelievable.
there's a very good thing that came out of that, because obviously if you think about a lot of this nonsense has been going on in a period of repressed, financial engineering, zero interest percent rates. I'd love to see what these guys' DV01 looks like, because I'm going to guarantee that there's a lot more of this, and now we're looking at 5%. We're almost looking at sort of historically normalized interest rates. These people are going to be bleeding, and it's not them that are bleeding, really. The truth is, it's public purse that they've gone and wholly misappropriated and abused.
Yeah.
So a lot more of these things are going to be coming to light. Why? Because they probably weren't sustainable at 0%. So how sustainable are they now?
So
Absolutely.
So great use of the word there, Hugh.
Well, I'm a la mode.
well, we're going to be taking a look at some more of these wonderful councils. Have you got anything to add to that, Hugh? Because
No,
I noticed no, just no. There's just nothing you can say, is there? But to subscribe to our new channel. We're going to be highlighting quite a few of these councils just off the back of this one presentation, because they're doing really good work with this presentation. I thought it was absolutely excellent when I stumbled across this on Saturday. I couldn't believe my luck. But what are you going to find at your council? That's the question, isn't it?
Start
well,
asking.
let's hope that we find somebody who does a presentation and actually can string a whole sentence together without stuttering, because he feels comfortable saying it.
Maybe.
Yeah. I mean, what were they doing there? They're holding a mirror up to themselves,
Mhm.
and they're basically kind of saying, "Oh, what do we look like?" And that the whole purpose about this thing is that they are all at it to a greater or lesser extent.
And thank goodness we haven't been that bad.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there but for the grace of God.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, that's an unacceptable way to proceed.
Yeah. It's not good, is it? It's not good. Right. Should we leave it there, chaps?
Okay.
All right. Nice one.
Cheers, Brian.